Hi, my name is Joe Longoria. I'm product manager for Actimize, and Actimize is the leading provider of financial crime and compliance software for the financial services industry. And what I wanted to do today was talk about recent changes in the 314A program as it's being enforced by FinCEN. I want to talk specifically about the success that the 314A program has had and why that success has led to these changes. I want to talk about how those changes are going to impact you as an organization who's trying to stay compliant with the 314A program. And I want to talk a little bit about what things you can do as an organization to stay ahead of the curve or remain compliant, and how you can address the challenges that these changes are going to have. Okay, so first, I don't have to educate you on what the 314A program is. Everybody's very, very aware of the 314A program. You might not be aware of how successful the 314A program has been, and FinCEN points to this in their annual report on a regular basis, the kind of success that they've achieved from 314A. But to be very, very specific, in the time period since 314A was initiated, there have been 1,061 cases released from FinCEN to financial institutions to do this research. Of those 1,061 cases, there have been 10,157 individuals of interest or people of interest, which is what they call them, within a specific case. So each case is made up of multiple peoples of interest. Where the success comes from is that of those 10,157 people that they were interested in getting additional information on, the financial institutions within the United States that are compliant have responded in great numbers to those requests. In fact, for those 10,000 requests, we got 67,476 responses. So that's almost a 1-to-6 ratio of requests to responses or additional information, which is what the government is looking for. And what's even better than that, of the 67,476 responses, 66,438 of them had actual very good information that led to some specific action that FinCEN was able to take. So obviously, when you have a program that is that successful, you want to expand it, you want to do other things with it, you want to build upon that success. And that's exactly what FinCEN has done. So on February 10th of this year, they announced that not only are federal government agencies going to be able to partake in the 314A program in terms of generating requests, but they're going to open that up to local governments, state governments, municipalities, and as well as foreign government agencies. All right, so second, how do these changes impact you as a financial institution? Well, everybody's familiar with the 314A program, like I said. Every 2 weeks the government publishes, or FinCEN publishes the cases through their website. You get those cases automatically. Every single case has a number of different individuals that they're looking for information on. So regardless of how many cases there are, regardless of how many people of interest are in those cases, you have 2 weeks to respond, because FinCEN doesn't want to see any 314A information come back after the 2-week period has run out. In fact, they don't want to hear from you at all unless you find the information that they're looking for. But you only have those 2 weeks to respond. Now, historically, I don't think that's been too much of a problem, but who knows, with the recent changes and the expanded jurisdictions that are going to be able to participate in the program, that may create some challenges. And specifically, if you had the same time period to respond to, and the workload is going up, there may be a quality of results issue that you're going to have to start dealing with, or maybe an accuracy of results issue that you're going to start dealing with. And therein lies the real challenge, is how do you, as a financial institution, keep your accuracy up? How do you keep responding to these requests from the government, which are beginning to become more detailed and more extensive, without falling out of compliance, because that's the last thing that we want to have happen. third on the list, and probably the most important, is how do you as a financial institution meet the demands of these changes to the 314A program. And while the volume historically hasn't been that high, we're not sure where it's going to go in the future with the new jurisdictions that are going to participate. So the couple of things that I would make requirements for you and how you address 314A would be as follows. Number one, you have to have some type of application that addresses 314A as its core function. You can't just deal with this in terms of spreadsheets or lists, emails that you send out to the organization and say, hey, has anybody got any information on this particular individual or that particular individual? You want a search engine, a federated search engine that goes out and looks into all the data repositories that exist, and does so in a very, very accurate way, because although it sounds very, very simple, matching a name on the 314A list to a name that you have within your account somewhere, the reality is there's nothing simple about it, because exact name matching, which is the most easy thing to do, isn't going to cut it. FinCEN is looking for you to find names where the perpetrators or the criminals that they're interested in may be trying to fly under the radar, so they've engineered their name in some way. You need to have a tool that helps you understand what those variations could be and finds those names based on those variations. So it's a little bit of a challenge, but there are definitely tools and technology that can be brought to bear on that particular problem. The second thing that I would mention as part of this is consistency in approach. So gone is the day, again, where you can just take this and freeform the process itself. You need an application that will guide you through the very specific steps of research that need to be performed in order to provide this consistency in results, this accuracy in results that we've mentioned before. And so, whether it's a case management system, whether it's a workflow engine that takes you from step 1 to step 2 to step 3, there is a consistency that you need to follow. And at the end of the day, FinCEN is really only interested in results if you actually find something. So a lot of the legwork, a lot of the work that you're going to be doing in this area, FinCEN will never see, because the hit rate for any individual institution may not be that high, but still, you need to have that consistency, you need to have that process that you follow in order to keep your accuracy and your results at a high level of quality. So to sum up all of that, we talked about the success that the 314A program has had. We've talked about how that success has led to changes that FinCEN has just recently published. And we talked about the areas that you need to focus on as an institution to remain compliant and to keep your quality of results where they have been in the past. And those are the things that we think are important. Again, my name is Joe Longoria. I'm a product manager for Actimize.